Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of How I Make My Comics. This really isn't episode number 3 because I'm kind of backtracking a little bit. I will have episode 3 up shortly where I go through how I lay out my comics and put them all together and everything like that. But for this, this is kind of an interlude because I kind of wanted to go back and show you a little bit more on how I lay out my comics, and also I'm a little bit stuck on how to proceed. So I'm hoping that if I'm talking through this that I'll be able to kind of get things in motion, because like I said, I'm a little stuck, and when you're a little stuck in comics, it really kind of sucks. But before we get into all of that, I kind of want to show you my comics that I produce on a monthly basis. I make a 12-page full-size full-color comic called Random Access, and you can get that at patreon.com/Alexander Turbin. And you can also check out my website, alexanderturbin.com, and all of this stuff is on there. Like I said, it's Random Access, and it's full size, full color, and there's 12 pages. And I send these out to patrons for $2 a month for a full size comic. These are all my reference comics, so they're even more disjointed and crooked and everything. Some of the pages might not be completely formatted the way I wanted to. But these, like I said, these are just my reference books. Excuse me. So when I'm doing my comics, I don't mess up eye color or hair color, or if I ever have to go back and reread one of my issues or whatever to see what's going on, I do that. I pull out my handy dandy different books and check them all out. And anyway, like I said, you can get those at Patreon, or you can go to alexanderturbin.com, or you can go to alexturbin04401 at Instagram. So let's get into this. This is what is tentatively called 45 Demons, and it's a story that I've had in mind for a while now, and it's in conjunction with an even bigger worldview story that I'm working on, where I don't want to ruin this part. So really, the main character is going to be this guy, who I'm going to show on Instagram today. And he is very much John Constantine, only he's he's either a Templar or he's the descendant of a Templar. I'm not really sure. And that is one of the reasons that I'm doing this video, like I said, is to kind of iron out some of the things that I really need to get straight in my head before I proceed, because if I just kind of wing it, it often doesn't work as well. It doesn't feel as good as when I really think about it and have it solid in my mind as what the story is going to be. The story so far, I have this character who I haven't named yet, who is this guy. He's in a mansion. I'm not sure whether it's his or not, but I think it is. I think he is the descendant of a Templar. The Templars in my story originally went to the Crusades, and in my world anyway, they fight these demons, but 45 of them, and they can't kill them, so they have to capture them, and they divvy up the 45 demons between 45 Templars, and the Templars go off and live their lives, but they have to kind of look after these captive demons, and the demons give them magical powers, and they give them good luck and financial everything. So there's 45 different houses that have descendants of these Templars, and they take care of the demons. Take care of them by they're imprisoned. And so this is one of the houses that has a demon imprisoned in the basement or whatever. and this is one of the Templars' descendants. And so the story begins. He is actually looking for a what would you call it? An apprentice. He's looking for an apprentice or apprentices, and so he's here in his house, and he knows that it's going to get broken into by three magic novices, and he's looking for one or more of them to be his apprentice. So he's going to set them through a certain amount of tests to determine whether or not he feels that they can go on as his apprentice. So I have them breaking into the house. I'm not sure if how much they know about the house, and I think it's not much. I think these guys are kind of akin to in the Constantine movie how Shia LaBeouf wants to be Constantine's apprentice, so he goes through a couple things, and I kind of feel like he would have really been a cool character to explore. I love the scene where Constantine goes into the nightclub, and he can tell what the tarot card says on the other side, but Shia can't. But I feel like Shia, given enough training, might be able to do something like that. So really, I'm kind of thinking in that kind of vein of what's happening here. And so I have these characters breaking into the house. I've gone through different iterations of the characters, and really that's where I'm kind of a little bit stuck. Not really. I mean, I think I have them. I have this guy who is him, Ashland, and I just have different characters that Shaz maybe. I mean, these are all working ideas for characters, and there's also Jordan, a female punk rock. These are all going to be like punk characters, and they're going to be, because I wanted it to kind of contrast and compare to this character who's going to be a little bit fuddy-duddy in the way that he perceives things. So anyway, they break into the house, and they're talking about different things, about what the house is like and what's going on, and really they don't 100% know what is going on. So, but this guy, he does know certain things, I guess. I guess he knows who they are. I guess he knows what they want. They just want to steal some maybe magical artifacts. I don't know if they know that the house has magical stuff in it or not. But he's going to put them through their paces. I need some good ideas on what kind of challenges that he could put them through. And so I don't know. So this is the female character, and I think she knows the most about the house, because she kind of jokes around with them that the house is haunted and they don't believe it. I still am like so stuck on what's going to happen. So, but like I have them talking, and then I'll have every once in a while the main character saying something about what's going to happen. And so they realize that they keep talking about whether it's haunted or not, and he's going to kind of push them in the direction that he wants them to go. He uses his cell phone, and really I wanted to make this door creak open because she says it's haunted, and they're like, nah, that's not it. No, this house isn't haunted. That's stupid. But I guess if they're magical, they would know. So I think maybe she's going to know more about the magical stuff than these guys. But I'm going to have this on the cell phone that he uses. He's going to make the door creak open, and hopefully that will kind of show to the reader what is happening. I think I'll probably have to explain maybe something here, like he uses his magical device to make the door open or something like that. I don't know if anybody has any ideas, because it could feel like it's just a smart house, and maybe that's what I'll go for. Maybe I'll kind of make people think that it's a smart house, but it's really his magical phone slash Necronomicon slash magical book thing. But so let's see what the next page will be. So I'm on to page 5, and they are going to go down the door. They're going to go, yeah, because they've broken in on the floor level of the house, and they are going to be prompted to go down the door. I don't have my stuff. Oh, there it is. Like I said, they're going to be prompted, and I want this kind of big panel, and I know that's crooked. Really, I should do this video as a live stream, and maybe I'll do that if I get as much feedback as I did for the last video. My last how I make my comics did really well, and I'm kind of hoping and thinking that you guys will come back and check out what I'm doing, and maybe you're just here to see how I produce my comics, but I think you're also here to see how I just make my comics. So that's a little crooked, but that's okay because I can straighten that out later on. And really, I'll kind of straighten that out in my post production. Because I do my panel frames. I'll give the borders I'll use the computer to put that in there. I won't even ink these. I've been doing that the last like maybe 5 or 6 issues of Random Access, and I'm pretty happy with doing it like that, because before I was just using a marker to kind of do the border frames, and the lines were too thick or too thin, or I just didn't really like it. So I'm thinking that the door is going to open, and so how am I going to show that? That's the question. How much time do I show going on between what's going on and what happens afterwards? I definitely want a scene of them looking down into the basement or the sub level, and then it's like black down there. So I think I'll do this. I'll make the door creak, although they already heard the creaking, and yeah. Yep. So I'll make the door open. That's what I'll do. I'll make the door open, and then the next panel will be them looking down, and then the next panel, which I could break into 2. I think that's what I'll do. I'll break that into 2 panels. I'll make this really open up. Which way does the door open? Left or right? It opens from the left. So I need more space for the door to open. So, and I kind of want them in the foreground as silhouettes. There's Jordan as a silhouette, and there's somebody, I don't know, I haven't completely, Shaz maybe, and here's doing this kind of silhouettes. They're all different heights, so I gotta be conscious of their heights. I figure Shaz is bigger, and then the punk kid is a little bit shorter, and I also want her arm to be around him, and I want her to say something snarky like let's go see fellas or something. So I want this door wide open for them to see, although they're not really too afraid because, like I said, they know a little bit of what's out there. And so there we go. Yeah. Yep. So that's basically what I'll have. I'll tighten everything up when I do my second pass through, when I really tighten everything up. Like you can see that I tighten things up in kind of stages and waves. In this, I'm really taking my time because I really want to do a lot of brickwork and stuff like that. And really, that's the most boring part of any kind of background for me, is the most boring part. And this is something that I really want detailed. So I'm going to go back to it, do a little bit, do some bricks, do some bricks here, and then go forward and do some more of the story, and then go back and do some more bricks and stuff like that. I don't know if that's what you guys do, but that's definitely what I am into. So we have that. And then do I want to do the classic looking down at the basement? I'm really pretty sure I do, because it's such an iconic scene, and I feel like I would be missing an opportunity. Plus, I mean, iconic things and tropes and things like that, they everybody knows what they are. So it's really hard to lose an audience if you're using something that, everybody knows. And that's a big part to me, is I never want to lose the audience. I always want to make sure they know exactly what I am trying to convey to them, because that's the most important thing in the story. Is well, it's not the most important thing. It's an important thing to be clear in your message is what you want to do. And we'll have the characters here, and her arms around them. And who will go first down the stairs? That's the question. And she's got like that's messed up. She's got like a little skirt, because I already know what she looks like and what she wears. I don't have the picture here, but I posted it on Instagram if you guys want to check that out. And like I said, I'll tighten this up. So this will be black. This will be black, and the stairs will be. I'll tighten the stairs up a little bit. Maybe I'll put some kind of nah. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do there, but I'll do something cool so that that's what you can see. So that's what I have there so far. Should I do this? I don't know. Should that be like that and just X out, or just blacken this part out and maybe gray that part? I don't know. That's a lot of decisions. That's the thing about making a comic book, is it's a lot of decisions. Whether they're right or wrong really is determined at the end of the comic, and how people see it and how you see it. But a lot of comics, I guess, the artists think is awesome and the readers think sucks. So who knows who's right. I think if you're trying to sell it and you don't sell it, that then the readers are right. If you're just trying to do it for yourself and you don't care what the readers think so much, then it's however you perceive is, the objective. So I guess I'm going to stop there and maybe pick it up again next week. And so let me know what you guys think. And if you guys like this kind of content, consider subscribing if you haven't already and hitting the notifications bells. And let me know in the comments section what you guys think. All right. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.